Hello everyone, here's another video from me. Feeling a little under the weather today. I think I'm getting a little bit of a cold here, a little head cold. So my head feels a little rough this morning, but we'll get through it. You know, it's that time of the year, it's November. You know, cold season, flu season, all that stuff that comes around every year. So if I sound a little weird, because my voice is a little off today. Anyway, my brain's a little foggy too, so you gotta bear with me if I pause a little bit. I forgot to mention yesterday in the video that I made yesterday that I'm doing a 10-day challenge here. At least one video a day for 10 days. So this is day 2. So, alright, so far so good. You know, this, like I said before, this is out of my comfort zone here, so I'm just challenging myself here to do what I need to do to move forward, little by little, take step by step, do what works for you. Like I said, I don't feel well today, feeling a little under the weather, which means my health issues are kind of bothering me. I have Crohn's disease, which affects basically everything in your body. It's in the gut area, your intestines and gut area, but it causes inflammation through the entire body. It's an autoimmune disease. There's no cure for it. That's what the doctors told me. It's a family thing with me. My brothers and sisters have it, you know. So now I have it. Yay! I'm on medication for it, but the medications are immune suppressors, so it weakens my immune system. So I gotta take my probiotics and vitamins, and you know, to try and boost my immune system so I don't get sick. Well, sicker. I have a little cold. Like I said, I have a little cold today, but I don't get too sick, where it causes a relapse in my Crohn's. Because at the moment, because of the medication, it's under control. It's not annoying me. You know, those of you who have it know what happens when it gets aggravated. But so far so good. Yeah, I have, like I said, I have the Crohn's disease, I have sleep apnea, and I have anxiety issues. I'm trying to keep focused here. Like I said, my brain's foggy today. I also have what's called squirrel syndrome. You know, people have that squirrel syndrome. People go, oh, squirrel, look at that. Oh, look at that. What's that person doing over there? You know, stuff like that. Anyway. Yeah, like I said, the Crohn's disease is, you know, as far as I'm concerned, I probably had it for years because it's a family history thing. You know, I was diagnosed with lactose intolerance when I was like 17 years old. You know, I went through all kinds of tests back then, but they didn't knock you out back then. Now they do. Back then they didn't knock you out for the tests. That was a scarring experience. Anyway. But I probably just had it all these years, and it just built up, and I was, 58 when I was diagnosed with it. Officially diagnosed with it, I should say. Went through all the testing, colonoscopy, endoscopy, did all blah, blah, all that stuff, and the doctor walks into the room when he's done with the test and goes, "You got some mess." I'm like saying to myself, I kind of figured that out because of the way I feel like garbage right now. But anyway, he said you have to go on medication. If I didn't go on medication, I would have had to have operation done, which means to me, removing body parts. And no, I'm not going to go that route. I've had family members who've had that done, had issues, had emergency surgery and stuff like that. So no. But so far, I've had my 3 infusions from the hospital, and then I go on self-injections that I do at home. I have a nurse come in, help me out the first time. It seems pretty simple, watch the videos, but I want to make sure I'm doing it right. But with the 3 infusions I've had from the hospital, it seems to be under control so far. So that's basically how I feel today. We're just trying to get through all this stuff because, like I said, when I get sick, feeling a little sick here, it aggravates it. And it's not too bad right now because I'm not that sick. It's just like a little, you know, I got the sniffles and the sneeziness, and I gotta take some Tylenol in a few minutes because my head feels like it's going to explode. But, you know, typical head cold. But like I said, it's not too bad right now. It's under control. The sleep apnea I have, I'm supposed to be using a CPAP machine. We're in the progress of getting that because, you know, insurance companies don't want to pay for anything. You know, it's an expensive machine. It costs like $600 for the machine. But anyway, we're working on getting that because I don't sleep at night. You know, and with sleep apnea, it's like you stop breathing at night. And when I stop breathing at night, excuse me, it triggers an anxiety attack. And this happens when I'm sleeping. For me, this is what happens to me. Okay, and when it triggers anxiety attack when I'm sleeping because I stop breathing, it wakes me up like really fast. Now, waking up really fast is not a good thing. It's kind of painful to me anyway, it hurts. And my anxiety just kicks in and I just don't get any sleep at all that night. But it didn't happen last night, but I didn't sleep well. I had a rough sleep because I'm not feeling that great. I was up a couple times. So hopefully once I get the CPAP machine, you know, get one of the little piggy nose things or whatever they put over your face, you know, hopefully that'll help me to sleep through the night. And the anxiety issues, I've had those for years. You know, most people will laugh at me and joke about me, didn't believe me. Oh, he's just, blah, 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 blah. You know, people don't realize that, you know, mental health is a real thing, you know. Anxiety is a real thing. You know, there's ways of controlling it and dealing with it, which I've learned. You know, the main thing I've learned, and this is not a negative, I did this yesterday, but it's not a negative, is not caring what people think about you. Because I don't care what people think about me at this point. Like I said, it's not a negative thing, it's just, you have to move on in life. Let me turn off this light and see if I can still see me. I had to turn it on before because it was dark in here. You can see me somewhat. The sun's coming up. Let me put that back on, a little dark. That's a little better. Anyway, but with the anxiety stuff, I have it under control to a point. You know, things trigger me. I don't like crowds. I don't like closed spaces. People think I'm claustrophobic, but it's more of a feeling of not a feeling trapped kind of a thing. You know, it kind of just doesn't work well with me. Morning sometimes I have issues. I haven't had it lately. You know, I have seasonal depression. It happens. It's, you know, not officially diagnosed, but I can tell by the way the seasons change. Like this time of the year, it's coming winter time. The time and here in Connecticut where I live, the time changed back an hour. Excuse me. So we have less sunlight. There's only 10 hours of daylight a day. You know, I go to work in the dark. Right now it's about, 6:12 in the morning, and the sun just came up, started coming about 6. And the sun will be down by 5 o'clock. So, you know, you have to have ways of dealing with this. I'm gonna turn this light off. There we go. It's blinding me. So, can you see me? Yeah, I have a goofy sense of humor, so I goof around a lot. It helps me deal with things. Humor, that's another thing. Humor is a good thing. Help you deal with stuff in a positive way. You know, you gotta, I'm going into work in a few minutes. I gotta put on my work face. You know, so some people get it. Most people don't understand, you know, mental illnesses and stuff like that. Mental issues, I should say. But it's, like I said, there's ways of dealing with it. There's ways of calming your mind, especially before I go to bed. You know, you go try to sleep and like all this junk just starts flowing into your brains. Like, what in the world happened here? It was quiet all day. Now it just wants to chatter in my brain. What's going on here? You know, you have to calm yourself. In my case, since I'm a believer, I just talk to God. That's what I do. This is me. If you're not a believer, it doesn't apply to you, okay? But that's what I do. That's what I've been doing. Before I make these videos in the morning here, like I said, I got like 45 minutes before I go into work. I'll take like 10-15 minutes. I'll do a little talking to the big man upstairs, play you know, a prayer video, and then I make my videos here. Oh. So, anyway. Excuse me, I couldn't talk there for a second. I lost my voice for a minute. Ooh. Okay, so that's enough babbling for now, for this video. I will see you in the next one.